Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Adeze and I'm a mommy blogger from Port Harcourt, Nigeria. If this is your first time on this channel, thank you so much for clicking on this video. You are so welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate you all. And I had a lot of subscribers from Nello KK's channel and Yummy Mommy's channel, so thank you guys for coming from her channel and subscribing to mine. I'm so happy. Today's video is going to be a story time video, and the story I want to tell is about the house help horrors that I've had either growing up or currently that I've had with previous helps that I've had. But growing up, the kind of house helps that we had, in fact, there was a particular one that was like really horrible. It was a really horrible experience, so I want to tell you guys all about it. But first, you guys, please subscribe to this channel. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and let's just jump right into the story. Okay, so first of all, before I continue, you guys go and get your popcorn and drinks. Just go and get something to munch on, because this video is going to be a long video. Hopefully it's not that long, but it's going to be long. I don't want to cut so much out because the story is very interesting. I'm going to start from the very beginning. Anyway, for those of you that are not in Nigeria we have what we call house helps. They are basically maids. Yeah, they're basically maids, people that help you around the house. House helps anyway, as the name implies. So we have nannies who double as house helps, or we can have a nanny separate and have a house help separate. But basically, almost all Nigerian households, at least when we were growing up, we most households had a house help, or 2 or 3 or 4. In my own case, we had several. Not at once. At once, I think the most we had at once were like 3. Now, the way it's done in Nigeria, there are 2 ways of having a house help. Some are basically like relatives or people from your village or whatever, or they're basically people that come to stay with you. You just take them as your, you're responsible for them, so you don't pay them a salary, but you either take them to school, cater for them and all that. That's one way of getting house helps. But another way of getting them, and which is the one I have been practicing, is using an agent. So what I do basically, or how it works, is you get an agent. The agent will bring a worker for you, a house help for you, or a nanny, and then you pay the agent some agency fee, and then you pay the workers, the nannies or house helps, monthly. So in those cases, like in my own case, I'm not responsible for their education or whatever. I'm not really responsible for them, apart from the fact that they're in my house. I don't really need to take care of them extra, but I still do it because they're in my house, so I have to give them money to make their hair, buy clothes for them and stuff like that. I do it because I want to, not that it is mandatory. In the other case, it's actually mandatory for you to do those things for them because you're not paying them, so you have to take care of them. Anyway, so the ones we had growing up were the ones that you have to take care of them, right? So there was this particular one that I think she's a relative of my mom somehow. She's from my mom's village, or maybe distant cousin's daughter or something like that. Yeah, so she came to stay with us, and she was a pretty girl. I think she was like 14 or 15 when she came to stay with us, or less. Anyway, she was like around that age when she first came to live with us. So she was okay at first. She was like, just a young girl that has come to Lagos, and I think yes, we're in Lagos then, that has come to Lagos to stay with us, help my mom, and then they put her through school and all that. And her father and my grandmom were related, so it was more like she's part of the family. So anyway, this girl, okay, I'm going to call her what do I call her now? Okay, I'm going to call her Ariel, right? And you know why. So I'm going to just call her Ariel, or Ariel, whatever. I'm going to call her Ariel. So Ariel lived with us for a while, but first time she came, I think after some months or after some weeks of her coming, my younger brother was sick. Like, he had serious illness as a child. So now that's how they do it in Nigeria most times. Is when a child is sick and they've gone to hospital and they've not really figured out what is wrong, they'll tell you to take the child for deliverance. So my parents now decided to take my younger brother for deliverance. So when they got to the deliverance place, the church, I think it was Zoe Ministries or so. So when we got to the church, we were all there with, you know, the girl and everybody. Time for deliverance came and Ariel started manifesting. She started manifesting. She was jumping about on one foot, hopping on one foot repeatedly over and over and over again, going around, spinning around. I can't really remember this vividly because I was a child, but I can remember seeing something like that. But most of these things I'm going to be telling you guys are mostly what my parents have said, or the story has been told several times. So I picked up some of these. It's not like I witnessed them myself, but this particular one, I can remember that deliverance, and I can remember something strange happening, but I wasn't really sure because I was really young. I think I was like 6 or 7. Anyway, so this girl started manifesting. My dear, when we now got home, my mom said she was really scared and my dad was traveling the next morning. So the lady that took my mom for that deliverance told my mom, okay, that she will come the next day and come and take Ariel, and they will go for a special deliverance for her. See, those of you that don't believe in all these spiritual things, if you don't believe in it, that's your own. You can click off this video if you don't believe in it. But me, I over believe because I've seen it with my 2 eyes. So it's not like if someone told me or whatever. I believe in all those things. So if you don't believe in it, that's your business. So anyway, so the mom said that my mom should not be afraid. Don't worry, it's a little thing. Tomorrow they're going to do deliverance for her. That my mom should, you know, just take her home. The next morning the woman will come and pick Ariel. And my dad was traveling the next morning. My mom said she was so scared to sleep that night. We didn't know what was happening. All of us went to sleep, but my mom said she was so scared. So the next morning, this woman came, the neighbor came, took Ariel, and they went out. That was like 7 a.m. and they went for the deliverance. So we're thinking, okay, maybe around 11 they'll be back. 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, they were not back. I think around 7 p.m. yes, that was when they now came back. So my mom was like, oh, welcome now. So how did it go? The woman said, you know, that she'll talk to my mom personally. When the girl left, the woman now told my mom that, see, if you know where you got this girl from, if you know the village you took her from, kindly package her back and ship her back to where you got her from. My mom was like, why now? The woman now said, see, this girl, what is wrong with her is really, really strong, that they couldn't just help her, and my mom should take her back. There's no point keeping her. But trust my mom now. My mom said, no. For God to bring her into my house, maybe it is from my house that she will get her deliverance. So my mom refused to send this girl home. Little did we know that that was just the beginning. As in, if she had known, she wouldn't have even brought the girl in the first place. But okay, since she already brought the girl, she should have just sent the girl back after that incident. But no, my mom was stubborn. She said, never. The girl is going to get her deliverance in this house. And you know one thing about such people, they're actually very likable. Like, this girl is very likable. They're very free, very happy people. So they're very likable. They're kind of people that you really want to keep, you know. In fact, you're going to feel sorry if you have to send them away, even if they've told you they're this, they're that. Because of how good their personality is, you might start doubting the diagnosis. You might start doubting it. You might feel like, nah, maybe it's not that bad, or maybe there was a misconception. Maybe she was just taken up in the Holy Spirit and that was why she was manifesting. It's not like it's something demonic or whatever. Anyway, so that's why my mom kept her. She stayed with us till we traveled to Abuja. So while in Abuja, so many things were happening, you know, so many strange things were really happening around us. I don't want to go into details, but a lot of things were happening in our house. She now started going to school in Abuja. So I remember then people used to say that when they see her on the road, that you will never know that she's a house help. That the way she walks, the way she carries herself, that you would think is one minister's daughter. Because then we were living at Maitama, yes, which is close to Asokoro. So I can't really remember it clear because I was young when we were there. But I know that it wasn't uncommon to meet ministers on the road or something, or their children or their whatever. Anyway, so people think that this thing she was one minister's daughter. Like, you see the way she carries herself, that she's so, you know, she carries herself very well. So anyway, to cut the long story short, there was one day, I don't know what happened, but in my house we were very, very, very prayerful. My parents are really prayerful, so a lot of things were going on that they didn't really tell us about, but I'll tell you guys after I've told you this particular one. So one day, I don't know what happened to this girl, but she came back from school. My aunt was living with us. My aunt came back, she saw my aunt and told my aunt that she wants to tell my auntie something. My auntie was like, okay, what is it? She now started telling my auntie that, you see, when she was young, around 7 years, that her mom put her in one what would I call it now? In one meeting. We call it meeting, but it's more like a cult. It's more like a cult or a coven or something, but it's not, they're not witches in particular. So anyway, that her mom put her in that. My auntie said, wait, oh, don't tell me, I don't want to hear it. Wait for your madam. That's my mom now. Wait for your madam to come back, then you can repeat this your story. My aunt was so scared. So when it was now time for, when my mom now came back, my aunt now told my mom and said, please come and hear what your girl is saying. So when my mom came, my mom was like, okay, can you start again? She now started that, you know, when she was young, around when she was 7 years, her mom put her in one meeting. My mom said, no, I don't want to hear. My mom said, just keep it to yourself. Let the father of the house come back. Let's let my dad now come back. Let him come back. She doesn't want to hear. All they were just looking at her with side eyes while they were waiting for my dad to come back. So as my dad came back, I remember that day clearly. They told us to go and sleep. Me, I was like, why are we going to sleep? They told us to go and sleep. They also had the parlor for a meeting. My partner said, okay, that she should start. She now started telling the story about how she was put in a mermaid. That's why I call her Ariel. She was put in a mermaid cult or something. So when she was 7 years, and that in their world, 1 year here is 7 years in their own world. Do you understand? So as 1 year is elapsing here, it is 7 years in their own world. She goes to their world every night, and so she's grown in that their world. Imagine if she was 7 years here, she was 49 years there, right? Yeah. So whatever, 49 years there. So she was really grown. She said she had husbands and children, that in fact when my mom is talking, sometimes she's looking at my mom like, look at this one, like, do you know who I am? And they have all the beautiful things in their world. They have the best cars, they have gold jewelry, everything in their world. This thing I'm telling you guys, I'm not making it up. I know it might sound stupid, but it might sound crazy, but I am not making this up. I have a lot of jewelry stuff in their world, that when she's walking on the road, there are 2 men that walk beside her that nobody sees. So those are the 2 men that give her that, you know, that confidence, like nothing can happen. That if she's walking on the road, and because she's very pretty, so if she's walking on the road and a man looks at her so much and she can see that the man is lusting after her, if she likes the man, she will take note of him. At night, she will go and meet the man. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Like, if she sees a man that she likes, and the man too likes her back, she can see that, okay, this man likes me. At night, she will go and bring the man, and she will make him her husband. Okay, all right. So she kept telling us so many things, telling my parents so many things. In fact, my dad actually used to read a lot of occultic books before, out of curiosity. It wasn't like he was into anything, but you know, people that like to, my father likes to read, he likes education and all that, he likes to read a lot. So my father said he's reading a lot of occultic books then, and he started asking this illiterate, well, she's not illiterate, she was in like secondary school, started asking this secondary school girl who doesn't know jack, started asking her questions, like advanced occultic questions, and this girl was giving him the answers. Like, hey, she was really explaining to him more some of the things that he was telling her. My dad was shook, my mom was shooketh, my auntie was shookington. So she kept talking. She started calling names of pastors that used to come to their spirit world to collect powers. They used to have meetings in River Niger. A lot of really weird stuff was said that night. So my mom now said that, you Ariel, have you ever tried to initiate me? She now said yes, that one night, because my mom said that there was a time she dreamt and it was a very vivid dream, when Ariel took her to one place and they had like old people and it looked like a shrine or something, and there were like old people there. So my mom now turned to Ariel and I was like, why would you bring me to such a place? That do I look like someone that will be coming to this kind of place? This place is not for someone like me now. So my mom now walked away. So Ariel now said that actually when she came, how they do it is if they enter any household, they target the mother first. So once they can initiate the mother, of course, you know, is a matriarchy kind of in their world, women have the upper hand, so it's a matriarchy kind of system. So when they come into a house, they try to possess or initiate the mom. From there they can get the whole family, right? But when she came into our house, for some reason something told her, do not touch this family. And from the voice she heard, she knew that it was an authoritative voice that was very strong. Do not touch this family. So she knew that she couldn't try any trash with my family because of that voice that she heard. Me, I'm thinking it's the Holy Spirit or it's God that really like stepped in for us, because what she would have done to us. In fact, let me tell you how wicked these people are. Do you know, because her younger sister is her father's favorite, she took her own sister, put her in another place, one of these are spiritual whatever, put her there and was tormenting the girl. Like every night the girl would be picking up snakes from one hole, snakes that actually bite, picking up snakes from one hole and putting it in another hole, and several things. If you see her sister was like a broomstick. Do you know, there was this house help that my mom wanted to sew dresses for, as in a neighbor's help. My mom wanted to sew dresses for this girl one day. So she took the girl and said, okay, let me take your measurements. The girl was wearing a jacket, like a coat, not jacket, coat. My mom said, why are you wearing coats in this hot inside the house? Remove the coat now. The girl removed the coat. She was wearing a jacket inside. I would say remove the jacket now. She was wearing another cloth inside. So she was wearing like 4 or 5 clothes just to look bulky. My mom said when she removed everything that the girl was looking so skinny. So when my mom remembered that, my mom now asked her, did you do anything to so and so girl? The girl now said yes, that she did it to that girl. She's the one that put that girl too in that whatever. So she started saying different things that were really scary about what they do in their spirit world, you know, the kind of things they have, the kind of things she does. And she's the kind of person that a lot of men liked her, but she will never get pregnant because she has control over what she wants. Meanwhile, a neighbor's house help that they were friends, that one got pregnant and was sent back home. Anyway, so after all these revelations, my father now said, okay, no, my mom said, okay. My mom did not send her home. I mean, or is the next line of action not to pack her things and just bundle her back to her village? But no, my mom said God wants to save her, for her to come and confess. It means that her deliverance is closed. So there was this woman in my church then, the church we had in Abuja. There was this woman that was like a strong deliverance kind of person. So she should do, she was a prophetess or something like that. So the woman was like, my mom told the woman everything. The woman said, oh, that no problem, that Ariel will come for, I think, a 1 week deliverance session. For the 5 or 6 weeks, it's going to be more of talking to her, preaching to her, you know, trying to, because at the end of the day, you cannot deliver someone who doesn't want to be delivered. So that's why when I hear all these people that they go for deliverance, I just laugh. You cannot deliver who doesn't want to be delivered. Yes, in right there in the church, the spirit might leave the person right there in the church and you say, oh, the person is free. As they are walking out of church or as the session is over, the demons are coming back and they are doing what they want to do. So deliverance is for someone who wants to be delivered. Anyway, so the woman was like, don't worry, that someone is for someone who wants to be delivered, that they're going to talk to her and, you know, make her change her mind and leave that place. Because the truth of the matter is that the devil has shown them so much that, and that it's so real to them that they really cannot believe that there's anything better outside of that. I mean, if you're in a world where you feel, let's just use like which world now? I think I can equate it to Avatar. If you guys have watched Avatar, I can equate it to Avatar, where they sleep and then they wake up in that world, and that world is so real to them that nothing you're going to tell them will change their mind that that thing does not make sense, or doesn't exist, or it doesn't, or is of no value, because they can see, they can touch it, they can feel it. Do you understand? So she needed to go through that therapy or whatever preaching session for like 5 days or 6 days, then the deliverance at the end of the day. So during the deliverance session, my mom felt okay that she's getting better, because she now changed. She was now a little more happy, you know, she was more everything. So my mom said, oh, maybe this thing is actually working. So so after the last day On the 7th day, she did the main deliverance and came back home, and she was fine. Everything was good. She was okay. She came back home. My mom was happy that yes, she's finally delivered. The next day, the woman called my mom. The next day, the woman called my mom and told my mom that if you know where you got that girl from, package her back and send her immediately. That girl will never be delivered, because that you can imagine, while they were praying for her, she was trying to seduce the pastors. They had male pastors that were doing the deliverance session, and they were kapashing praying for this girl. This girl was trying to seduce them, right? So she has gone really, really far. This one that we were living with, and to me, then I didn't see anything apart from the little things that, you know, house helps do that they're just annoying. There was nothing that could show us that this girl was really possessed or anything, apart from the dreams that my parents have been having. There was nothing else that could show that this girl was anything. Those of you that have house helps, and you feel like your house help is the best thing since sliced bread, you better think twice. Anyway, I don't want to scare you guys. I'm not trying to scare you guys, but these things are real. That's what I'm trying to say. So anyway, that was how my mom did not still send her home. After this woman had said this, my mom did not still send her home. My mom kept thinking, okay, don't worry, she's one step. I don't know, maybe that one was even, maybe my mom's stubbornness was even caused by her, because I mean, it didn't even make any sense for my mom to keep her around. And it's not like we didn't have help, we had other people in the house. It didn't make sense, so maybe something was going on there. Anyway, how did this girl finally go now? One day, my mom shouted at her or something and she ran away from home. No, nothing even happened. One day she just ran away from home. We looked for her 3 days, we didn't find her. Only for on the 3rd day, we were going to church. We were about going to church. Our neighbor now called us and said, that mommy, call my mom. I said, mommy, that, and this neighbor were really, really close to them. My mom used to help them a lot, used to even carry food and give them, because they were a young couple and the woman was pregnant, so my mom was doing a lot for them. My mom's that kind of person, like if you come around her, she can carry her whole life and put in your own life. My mom was helping that young couple. So the husband now called my mom and said that he has something he wants to tell my mom, but that he doesn't want my mom to feel offended. My mom was like, what is it? He now said Ariel has been in their house for the past 3 days. Are you mad? Are you mad? And then you must be mad. That Ariel has been in their house for the past 3 days. That don't worry, my mom should not be angry. My mom should go to church and come back. When my mom comes back, they will settle it. I just wanted to tell my mom. Anyway, we went to church, came back. What did we find? Ariel had broken into our house because she had the house key. She went into the house, went to my dad's drawer, stole my dad's money, stole some things from the house, and was trying to pack out. That was when my auntie now came back. She fought with my auntie, you know, took the money and left. She couldn't carry her bags because my auntie said when she would carry the bags in through the front door, Ariel would use through the back door and carry the bags out. So they kept going around and around until she found out she couldn't just carry her things. She now ran away. So when my mom came back and we heard this thing, my mom was so mad. In fact, my mom was so angry that, you know, she was really mad at why those people keep her in their house for 3 days without telling us. Imagine your neighbor's house help ran away. That story does not even make any sense to us. Your neighbor's house help ran away. You know, people are looking for this girl. She's in your house 3 days. You didn't say anything. Anyway, so while we're still, you know, in the whole talking the whole why did you not, this girl had the effrontery to come back home. She came back home and saw my mom. My mom was like, oh, so you've come back. Do you know they started fighting? This girl started fighting my mom, like physical fighting. In fact, I know she scratched my mom, but my mom forget now. My mom dealt with her too. I think she scratched my mom on my mom's hand. My mom beat her. She now escaped. So that was the final one. That was the final one when she now left. And we don't know how she left or where she went to or whatever. We just know that she escaped. And later we heard she was in the village. Probably she took the money that she stole from my dad to pay for her transport back to the village and all that. So that one is the first house help horror that I've encountered in my entire life. So those of you that don't believe in witchcraft, okay, just know that it exists. So the second house help horror story that I have is the one that happened to me directly. So I had this girl that was given to me by an agent, and all of you that use agents and feel like agents, maybe agents do some kind of background check, they do all that and all that, they don't do shit. Okay, those people just bring girls, screen them, some kind of, yeah, I'm sure they do a little bit of screening, but they don't check nothing. They just do a little bit of screening to just know that person, okay, you can do your work, you are, you know, you can speak well, you understand the instructions and stuff like that. That is the only thing they check. If it's checking the background, checking their mental state, those people don't check anything. Okay, I don't care the agents you want to call, all of them are the same. Anyway, so this particular one, after my last help left, the agent replaced, because it was the same agent that gave me the last one, this agent replaced the help with this particular one, right? When this girl came, the first time she came, there was something odd about her, but at that point I was really desperate. You see, these house help things, they are necessary evil, because I've stayed without house helps. I've stayed with house help for more than a year, in fact almost 2 years with my daughter, and trust me guys, it wasn't funny. Hey, God of mercy, it was not funny. Like those days I used to feel my head hot, so it wasn't easy. So you need most times you need a house help, but when they start manifesting now, you'll not be wondering between the devil and the deep blue sea, you know, turn between the rock and the hard place. Which one do you choose? Do you choose the house help, or do you choose the staying alone? If you stay alone, you almost run mad. If you stay with the house help, they will almost make you run mad. So what do you choose? I think sometimes staying with the house help is still better. If you can get a good one, your life will be so much easier. Okay, so anyway, they brought this girl to come and stay with us, to come and work for us. The first day she came, I was asking her questions. I noticed she was a bit odd, but I was desperate, so I was like, anyway, with time she will adjust. So she's the kind of person that you tell her, go and wash this plate, she will carry broom and go and sweep, and start sweeping the parlor. You know, kind of odd behavior. If you tell her one thing, she will just do another one, and then each time she will go into the room and come out with a different outfit. As in, throughout the day, she will go into her room, like maybe she wants to go and hit herself or something. She will go into the room, she will come out with a black shirt. She will go back into the room again, come out with a red top. She will go into the room, come out again with a blue gown. She will go into the room, come out again with a red gown. And I'll be like, it's all well. Initially, I was thinking, okay, maybe she's uncomfortable and she keeps changing to see if she can she keeps changing to see the one she'll be more comfortable in. But this thing kept happening over and over again. Yeah, so that one was very strange to me. But the one that was really like a red flag was that I'll tell you to bring this, you go and bring that. You know, she was very, and funny enough, she was very, very lively. Like what I said about people like that, she was very, very, if she was a happy-go-lucky person, she used to play with Cora, sing. In fact, Cora liked her. Imagine my help that stayed with me for over a year. When she left, Cora did not even ask me about that one. I think Cora did not even talk about her. Like it was as if nobody came here, nobody stayed here, nobody left. That was how it was. But when this one came, Cora liked her. Cora would say, come and stay with me. Cora would go and stay with her in the room. I felt odd about it, but I was like, well, am I going to police the whole thing? So I will allow Cora go and play with her, but you know, I still had my side eyes on them. So anyway, so she was odd, but I just kept managing until one day. Okay, the first time was I noticed she didn't clean the house, and I was like, because in my house you must clean every morning. That one is constant. You must clean the whole house every morning. It's not like it's not like you're doing deep cleaning, but just sweep it and mop it every single day. That's like the major work that I have house helps for. Every other thing I can help with it, but that one is one that I want them to be doing. So she didn't clean the house one morning. I was like, why didn't you clean the house? She said that whether she woke up late or something. I said, madam, put alarm on your phone so that you wake up early, because you can't start now trying to clean the house when we are all awake, because when we are all awake or when the children are awake, that's when we have other things to do. So you clean the house before we wake up, you know, and then we're all good. So she now said, okay, no wahala. So then she used to play with Ava and everything. So the next day she stayed in my house for just like a week or even less than a week. Okay, I woke up in the morning again, the housework was not done. I saw her, what she went to bed with is not what she came out with in the morning. She was sleeping anyway. What she went to bed with, she had changed it. I was like, this one done the cologne. Anyway, So I saw her. I said, how come you know? She said her chest is paining her, that she tried to wake up and clean. In fact, actually, what she didn't wash plates the night before, she didn't clean, and she didn't do anything the night before. So my kids' plates that they used to eat, everything was just left in the sink there. And I hate plates staying overnight, especially children's plates. Every other plate I can even manage, but the children's plates, they should not be there overnight. So I was so mad. I was like, why don't you clean? She said her chest was paining her, so she could not. She wasn't young though. That lady should be like my age or older than me, self. Her chest. I said, okay, have you had this kind of pain before? She said no. Do you have asthma? No. Do you have back pain? No. Do you have waist pain? No. Do you have reflux? No. Do you have ulcer? No. Okay, so you've not had any of these symptoms before? She said never, that this is her first time having a chest pain. I said okay. I gave her paracetamol and I was like, I'll take you to the clinic, I'll take you to the pharmacy, and we'll see what's wrong with you. If it's something serious, then we'll go to the clinic. She said okay. But later on, I came and saw her. She was cleaning the house. She was okay. So me, I even forgot about it because that day I was so busy. So I forgot about the whole thing. In fact, we went out that morning. I drove around, went here, did all my errands. Because of the way she was, I used to carry my children. And in fact, all my helps, I still carry my children with me anywhere I'm going to. If I'm going to the market, they are going with me. If I'm going to the store, they are going with me. If I'm at home, we're staying. Except they are in school. If they're not in school, they are going with me with the help. Sometimes I carry the help, sometimes I leave the help at home. But my children are going with me. So anyway, so that day I carried my children with her. We went on all our errands. She stayed at the back with them. She was playing with them. She was fine. Everything was fine. So we didn't even eat throughout that journey. And when I came back, I saw that the indomie that she cooked in the morning, the noodles she cooked in the morning, she didn't eat it. I was like, why didn't you eat the noodles? She said that she wasn't really hungry then, trying to eat it later, that she didn't know we'll spend so much time outside the house. I was like, okay, fine. Although she had ample time to eat her food, but whatever. So while we were there, when we came back, I was now in my room doing some stuff, and I was with Ava. Cora was with her. Her room door was open. My room door was open. Her own room door, the girl's room door was open, so I could really see what was going on somehow. So I saw Cora playing with her. Next thing, Cora ran to mommy. I'm just going to call her Cynthia. That's not her real name. Mommy, Cynthia is on the floor. I said, on the floor? How? I ran there only for me to see this girl on the floor. She was naked. Her clothes were scattered everywhere. She was wearing just panties. Her clothes were scattered everywhere. And she was telling me, my chest, my back. I was like, Jesus is Lord. She was on the floor. She was rolling on the floor. You know that her back, that the thing is now in her chest. It's now in her chest. It's moving to her chest. I said, what is moving to your chest? It's at my back now. It's holding me at my back. It's as if somebody is breathing inside me. As she said that one, somebody is doing what? Who is what? I said that one. I was like, you know what? I'm taking you to the hospital now. I called the agent. Told the agent, look at what's going on in my house. So the agent said, okay, rush her to the nearest hospital. No, initially I was supposed to take her to the agent's hospital, the hospital that the girl registered in. But the agent come back and was like, I'm not comfortable with you and your children, you know, rush her to the nearest hospital. So I just took her to the nearest hospital. So imagine that day Eva was just wearing pampers. I just wore top for Eva. So Eva was just wearing a top and pampers. Cora, I don't even know how I dragged Cora. And the girl, I told the girl, okay, wear your clothes. She was still doing my chest. It's in my chest now. It's at my back. Oh, she will not be hitting her back. It's hot. He's breathing. Somebody is breathing inside me. I was like, God have mercy. I don't use my hand, carry. And my husband was not at home then. This kind of things always happen when the father of the house, when the protector of the house is not around. No, I'm not at home then. So she was like, he's coming. I now carried her, entered my car, put her in my car, put my children at the back seat in their car. I didn't even allow her sit with them this time. I put her in front. Stay beside me in case I have to open door and push you out. Of course I won't do that, but I was like, stay beside me so in case I have to open that door and push you out, or match break and allow you enter the windscreen. Like I watched so much movies. Anyway, so I put her there. I started rushing her to the hospital. She was just manifesting like, later she started talking OP, as you know, someone is behaving like a mad person. Started talking off point, saying you know. I said okay. Took her to the hospital. They told me to pay some money so that she can see the doctor. So she went in to see the doctor. I said, me, I must enter. Doctor said yes, that it's fine, I should enter. I said, me, I must enter. Let me hear what she will tell doctor that is wrong with her. And for some reason, when all those things were happening, I knew that it was something more. Maybe because I've been suspecting her before. Maybe because of that, but I knew that there was something more to this thing. I didn't see it as normal chest pain or illness. Because if I had seen it as that, I wouldn't have felt so scared. I would just say, oh, rush her to hospital so I should be fine. But I knew that there was something more. So you know when your spirit has been telling you something, but you've been pushing it backward. That day, everything came to the forefront. So I knew there was something wrong, and I said, okay, I must enter this doctor's room with you. Let us hear what you want to say. So while we're at the doctor, I told doctor everything that happened. Doctor asked her, she removed her wig, said she was wearing a wig. In fact, when she was on the floor, she wasn't wearing wig. Time to go, someone that is not feeling fine. Will you be thinking about wig? Somebody is breathing in your chest. Won't you be thinking about how to get the guy out? You're thinking about how you look. She ran and went to wear her wig, did her face. I was like, okay, alright, if that's what's important to you, that's good. And the hair underneath was fine. It was just cornrows. It was okay, it was just cornrows, but the wig was more important to her. I was like, alright, okay. So I took her to the hospital. While in the waiting room, she started hitting her head. Hey, next thing, she jacked the wig off and flung it to one side. Somebody helped her to pick it. I was like, okay. I just held my children close, like, in case we have to sneak out of this hospital and never be seen. I just held my children close. So we entered the doctor's room. Started telling the doctor that. The doctor started asking her the same questions I asked her. Have you had reflux? Do you have chest pain? Are you asthmatic? She said no, nothing like that has ever happened to her. That she has always been fine. She has always been very healthy. So the doctor now said she wants to examine her. My dear brothers and sisters, as she removed her clothes, what I saw that day, because when she was on the floor in her room, the light was off, so I didn't really see her body very well. As she removed her clothes, I don't know if she was bleaching, I don't know if there were scars from fights, I don't know if somebody had been flogging her, but her whole body was just full of scars, marks, discoloration everywhere, scars. As in, I was like, what the hell is going on here? From her face up, you can tell that she bleaches, but it wasn't that bad. But when she removed her body, in fact, when she laid down, under her breast was my color. The top of her breast was Beyonce's color. I was like, okay, sister Ochoma one of Port Harcourt, you have tried. But what was really scary mostly was just the scars everywhere. So the doctor asked her, you said this has not happened to you, what are all these scars? She said, no, nothing, nothing. That is just scratch. This thing did not look like scratch, my dear. It looks like someone that had been, you know how they beat thieves that have stolen. Look at someone that had been beaten that much and then the scars went off. And the scars now healed, kind of. So the scars were, she said, no, nothing has happened to her. As she laid down, doctor kept asking her, okay, is it here? She'll say, no, it has moved up to here. Doctor will touch her here. It has moved up to here. Doctor will say, is it here? It's at my back, at my back. Oh, say, at my head, at my head, at my head. Touch my head, touch my head. As she was saying this one, I was just moving closer to the door so that in case anything is going to happen, I will grab my children and we'll send both out of that place. So the doctor now sat her down and started trying to explain to her that they're going to admit her and they're going to give her some painkillers and stuff. As I was saying they're going to admit her, my mind was like, this thing is not a medical problem. You cannot help this girl. People just want money. And the doctor knew that he cannot help her. He just wants money, that they will sedate her so that she can sleep very well, blah, 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 blah. I just went out and called the agent. They want to admit your girl in this hospital, and trust me, this thing is not a physical problem, so I'm not even going to agree to the admission part. Anyway, as we were with the doctor started asking her questions. She now moved close to the doctor and said, let me tell you something. As she did that one, me too, I moved in too. My ears stood up, jumbo. My ears, I said, me, I must hear. As she was leaning in, me too, I was leaning in. And it was so dramatic. As she was leaning in, me too, I was leaning in. She said to the doctor that, you see, whenever she handles money, doctor, do you understand? I said that doctor said was even, he tried, because if it's me, I would have been like, madam, can you kindly leave my establishment in case? She said, doctor, do you understand? The doctor said, understand what? You see, she now said, you see, whenever I handle money, she was really intense, so like, I'm not making this thing up. Whenever I handle money, something just comes over me and starts to do this thing to me. And I said, oh, but she told me this is her first time. that whenever she handles money, whenever she touches money, doctor, do you understand? You know how it happens now. The doctor said, the doctor was just nodding like one bubble head. He was just nodding because the guy too was scared. He was just nodding. She said, that's how, when I handle money, that's what this thing starts happening to me. That's when I just knew, that's it, I'm out of here. Peace, y'all. Whatever your agent wanna do, that's your business. But me, I'm going away. I just called the agent that, yeah, I'm out of here. Your girl, they're here. Anyhow, you want to sort it out, come and sort it out. I'm gone. Like my children, I mean, if I was barefoot with pampers, Cora, I don't even know what was going on. So I grabbed my children and started going to the car. I said, let me go and bring her load to the hospital, because from there, she's not coming back to my house. So as I carried my children to the car, I started the car refused to start. Okay, temptation. My ATM card refused to work and I didn't have cash to even call cab, and my ATM card was not working. I went to use the ATM card was not working. Anyway, I was like, devil, you are trying your own, Abby. You are showing yourself. Continue showing yourself, but whatever you want to do, me and my family, we are divinely protected by God. That's the meaning of Alicia, and Alicia is Cora's middle name, and I gave her that name because I believe it so much. I said, me and my family, we are divinely protected by God. So if you want to try whatever you want to try, you're just wasting your time. So I went in, I told one of the nurses there to give me some cash while I did the transfer to her. So she gave me some cash, but something just told me, go and try that car again. I went back to the car, I opened up the door, closed the doors, started the car, and the car started. So I even had the cash that I didn't really need. So I took my cash, carried my children, zoomed home, went home, entered her room. I just saw one big bag, the big bag with all the clothes that she was packing. That big bag, I packed all her clothes, every single freaking thing there that she has thought she has. I packed everything, though, including books, everything. Packed everything there. I entered the bathroom, I saw clothes that she soaked one side. This was someone that I asked her, because one day I came on the bed and saw blood stain on the bed. I asked her, what's this blood stain? She said, maybe it's mosquito. I was like, what kind of big mosquito is this one? That mosquito must be Jurassic Park. I be what they call it. It must be an alien mosquito for it to bring kind of blood. She said, no, maybe it's mosquito that killed her, that now the blood wasn't so much, but it was much more than what you get from a mosquito. So when I entered her bathroom that day, what did I see? I saw used pads, wraps. I saw that she soaked some undies that were stained. I was like, why did she even lie? Anyway, I just brought out everything from the water, squeezed it, rinsed it, packed inside a nylon bag, tied it, put inside her major big bag, tied everything, put it inside my car. Then a cab guy took her from the hospital, so they came here and I just handed over to her and I told her, Nne, bye, see you never, have a lovely life, see you never. And again, I just remember one of the red flags that I had with her was when she first came. I asked her, I always ask them this question, have you worked before? Yes. Then why did you leave the place of work? She gave one story about how the madam called her, but her phone was switched off and it was a wrong number the madam called, and the madam now said that her and the person are conniving to kidnap her children. So that was how the madam sent her away, and she had lived with the woman for 4 years. The story didn't make sense to me, but I was like, maybe she doesn't really understand English, maybe she's not explaining herself well. So that was why I did not really take it seriously. Maybe I should have. That's why I say some of these agents don't really do their due diligence. They just do the basic ones and then they will tell you the person is okay. Anyway, so those are just the 2 stories I said let me tell you guys today. I actually have more stories, but it's going to get too long. So those are the 2 stories. So you guys learn from me. If you see any red flags, learn from me and my mom. If you see any red flags out, it is not worth the stress. Okay, so if you enjoyed this video, thank you so much for sticking around with me. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, please. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.